EGM Network.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It is the new year. It is 2025. I can't wipe the smile off my face for one of my favorite people in the entire world, in all of Vero Beach, who I've known for over 20 years, is here with us. It is, I always say this, Vero Beach is an amazing place to be. Vero Beach is what it is. It's so special. Because, anybody can live here. We've got beautiful homes. We've got condos. I'm Lori Davis. I'm your realtor for life. I sell real estate, but it's really about the lifestyle. And it's about the people that you're going to meet all over this town. And we have an amazing guest today that I met so long ago. I'm also going to tell you something about it. Okay, so I got a problem. I can't see. I have to wear glasses on the show today, which is so funny. So here we go. This is Lori Davis with glasses on. Hello, everyone. How are you? Oh, there's the show. Hey, Cindy.
It's very studious.
It's very studious.
It's very studious.
I don't know.
I'll go with it.
I'm going to go with it. I'm just going to go with it.
Yeah, go with it.
Listen, our guest today, he's a local. He's a fitness trainer. He's a gym owner. He's a husband to Kristen Dobson, who I adore. Another realtor in this town. There's more than enough room for all of us out here. And someone I call a dear friend. Let's introduce Chris Gurny of Elite Physiques.
Hi, Lori. How are
Thank
you?
you, baby. So good to be with you.
I'm blushing from the intro.
Oh, that's good, because it makes you look better on camera. A little bit of blush is always good. Chris and I met so many years ago. It's definitely
couple
over
decades.
20.
Yes.
Yeah. And I went in to work at his gym, which is actually very close. They have two facilities. You have two. One is over in what's called the Raymond Building, which is north of the CBS in Indian River Shores on A1A. And you would find the other one at what now is called the Rossway Swan Building, okay? Because it used to be called the Modern Age Building.
Age back in
the day, right? So everybody knows that one. That's the one that's right there on the corner of Indian River Boulevard and Miracle Mile. But I came in with my little guy, James Davis. He was like 3 years old.
Sitting on the treadmill, just kind of propped up.
I know. He'd sit on the treadmill while I ran before I worked out with Chris. So we've been together a long time. James just turned 27. So
yeah, unbelievable.
I know. It's great. Well, we have a little bit of housekeeping to do here with this radio show and the podcast. We always talk about what's going on around town. That's what people are here. This is the lifestyle we talk about. Mystic Pizza with hits from the 80s and 90s at Riverside Theater. It's, there was some pre-shows because I read on the website it started today, January 7th. But Cindy says she's already seen it. Was that in
Sunday?
Pre-game? Oh, it was Sunday.
Yeah, it was a pre-game show.
Okay. I was like, wait, I was literally on the website today.
Yeah.
So go see it, right?
Yeah,
Riverside
definitely
Theater.
go see it. The music is fabulous. The set was extraordinary.
It was amazing.
Amazing how they changed it. Yeah.
And, I saw that it's like the music from the 80s and 90s.
It was good.
That's kind of my jam.
That's always
good.
fun. I mean,
it is. You had that on the gym this morning.
Look, I'm a throwback guy.
I know.
Give me some 80s, I'll go.
Yeah.
The new age, that's all.
Yes.
That's New York stuff, and you go house stuff. I mean, I'm all old school.
I know. It was great.
Cyndi Lauper, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, you should have, in the gym, I was singing songs today. It was, God, I should have written it down because Layla, who's my trainer over there, I do train at Elite Physiques, and I can't get with the esteemed Chris because he's very busy. You can. There are times still available, Chris.
It's 4
I know
a.m.,
there are. Well, no, 4's taken, but 12:30 in the afternoon, but I'm in the middle of my work, so I'm like, no, it's okay. But no, he'll put you with somebody because once he chats with you, he will put you with one of his fabulous trainers. Right, it is. I
appreciate that.
Well, you know that. I mean, when you get the personality of the person that you're working with or that I mean, you knew me well, but you can figure it out and who they would work best.
Well, that's what's most important is you need to understand your audience.
Yes.
And it's nothing is just carbon copy or just, same. You gotta customize it.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. And that's kind of what Elite has done. A couple things just going on around town, but before we get back to Chris and Elite Physiques, we've got, obviously, we've got Mystic Pizza. And then, okay, so there's a thing going on. Cindy, you probably know about that because you do a lot of radio shows. She's an engineer, so she's on a lot of people's show. The Indian River County Centennial Celebration with Deeply Rooted event honoring pioneer families. Are you familiar with this?
You know what? I heard it, but don't ask me any in-depth questions.
I'm not. Anyway, what it is on Saturday, January 11th.
12 families?
Well, it doesn't say how many.
Okay.
They're actually said there was like 3 or 4. You know, we all
Okay.
know the big numbers.
I'll shut up.
But no, I'm sure they're more than 4. But
Yeah.
Anyway, this show plays at 5:30. So if you're listening on Saturday, you can still go over to. It's local families, and so they're sharing stories about citrus, cattle, Indian River, and it's over at the what are they called? Historical Society, the Historic House. What's that place on 14th Ave?
Heritage Center?
Heritage.
The Heritage Center. Yes, over at the Heritage Center. Very cool. I thought it was kind of fun. You can listen, you know, it'll be the Sextons, it'll be the Schlitz, it'll be... Go ahead.
Tripson and
The
then
Tripson.
McWilliams.
Because these are the families.
Those are the ones,
Yeah, I mean, they are. And they founded this place, and it's the stories are really, really cool.
Yeah, they
I
are.
did something, it was like 100 year of Schlitz. You know, it's hard to say, but it was so much fun. But they started St. Helens Catholic Church, and they had, you know, church in their houses until they built a church. And there's just things out there like that about this teeny little town.
Yeah.
We live in is more like a village. It's a town. I was talking to somebody today coming over this weekend from Bonita Springs, and they're like, "Oh my God, we can't take it anymore." And I said, "Well, this is more like a village. It's like a town. It's not a city. So your expectations of, you know, what you're going to get from an intimacy standpoint are much better than, you know, stuck in traffic on 41. Now we have traffic, of course, we all know that." But it's just a different experience. So I'm very excited. Ocean Drive, there's a free concert. It's this Saturday, right? It's Bring Your Chairs, and it's Riptide, the band. That's the local
love
group. That's
them.
Bonnie and and Steve Pfister.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Did you know they were the band?
I had no idea.
Yeah, and then her mom and dad play, or I think
fun
it's
is
Bonnie.
that?
Yeah, it's so cool. And it's Ocean Drive. Right there at Humiston Park,
Yep.
5 p.m. It's Saturday, and I think that's the 11th is Saturday.
Yep.
This coming weekend. And so again, if we're playing, we just changed our date and time so people are listening at 5:30. I'm like, you can still go over to Beachside.
Yeah, you can.
Right there at Humiston Park and see something fun on Saturday. It's free, so just bring your chairs, hang out. Cindy, we've got a property. The new format for my show, we're going to do one property. We're going to focus on one property per day per show. I have this lovely property over in Vero Lago. This is a great house. This is over, it's over by Bent Pine. It's 53rd Street over off 58th. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. I love this house. It's on the lake. Vero Lago is a subdivision, gated subdivision, and they have a community center that's definitely like a resort style. So they've got, oh my God, pickleball, tennis, pool, fitness, all of those things, $450,000. If you guys are interested, contact me, Lori Davis, with Dale Sorensen Real Estate, and I will get you over there to take a look at it. So, Chris.
Yes.
We love you. Elite Physiques. Elite Physiques. It's the new year, and of course, we all know there's the whole thing of, you know, we set high expectations, and sometimes we don't get there. Tell us about your thoughts about how somebody should endeavor upon this new time of year, and what their thoughts should be going forward.
Well, I get the questions too. I hear people and they're like, "How's your gym? I'm sure you guys are flooded with people." I'm like, no. When I was in the big gym business, yes, the cattle call would come in, New Year, everybody's making all these promises to themselves, and it's just too much of a bear to task on early. At our place, it's people that know we're serious. They've been pondering for a while, and they make the commitment. The commitment's the right word. But it's really setting your expectations on just being healthy and saying, okay, this is my new change.
Yes.
And start there, rather than saying, I'm going to cut this out and cut food. And it's too much.
Right.
Nobody can do that.
No, it's too much.
It's the perception of saying, let's start with the concept of, I got to be healthier, and then work on that as you go along and set these small goals and periods. And that's what works. You take a big chunk, it's just not going to happen. It's just too much.
It is too much.
Because you should still have your sense of fun, but you're making a commitment to be totally different for yourself and for your health and really the wellness part of it, not,
Right.
for the point of wellness.
You started to do a little bit more on your social media, and of course I follow you.
I'm trying as best I can.
You're doing so well. You're doing
Thank
so
you.
well. But one of the things that you said was, okay, so you can't go through the holidays and say, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to eat.
Right.
I'm not going to eat carbs. I'm not going to. And you're like, be realistic with yourself,
Well,
right?
I've said it before. I did a show years ago, when I think I was first starting. And they brought me on specifically to say, okay, how do you stay fat-free for the holidays? And for a second, I'm like, you don't. You
No.
know? And they were like, that was because it was going to be the whole show.
Right.
I said, no. I said, look, you have 5 or 6 given holidays. Say it's 5 a year. You celebrate. Give yourself a day on each side. So say you have 15 days. You have 350 to be good.
Right.
So what's the point of enjoy your holidays? You have this whole entire year to do the right thing. So why be mad during the holidays? Because then New Year comes, you're not going to do it anyway, because now you've been mad
Yes.
the whole time during the holidays.
Right? Cranky.
Yeah,
all of
every
that.
crank, yeah.
Right, Cindy?
Bah humbug, right?
Eat
But no.
twice to make it up for us.
I know.
Right.
Well, no,
Right.
I think that's a T-shirt. 350 days to be good.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
You got 5 days to blow it out.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
know?
I mean, even on my early days of competing, I would go through my birthdays and not have cake. I'm like, dumb.
No, it's my birthday. I want cake.
Because it's that strict mindset.
Yes.
But once the setup for failure is once you start it, and the moment you have that, you're so strict and you have that little piece of cake, the mental thought of you failed is eminent. It crushes you.
Right.
So
Right.
don't ever set yourself up to fail. No, you're doing the right thing.
Yes. Yes.
I
And
always
you're
tell people-
allowed those days. You're allowed.
And I've always said, even when I counsel for nutrition, look, even if you look at 7 days a week, if you do 5 of the 7, not that you're trying to implement a cheat.
Yeah. No.
If you do 5 of 7, well, you're in the positive side of it.
Yeah, you are.
You go one more day back, you're 50-50, you're spinning your wheel. So it's,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
even if you look at a week at a time, say, look, it's okay. Just when you set that mindset up, I'm doing the right thing, then that's the good trend
So
of it.
what do you think holds people back from sticking to those New Year's resolutions? Or we're saying we're not going to call them New Year's resolutions.
Right.
It's great. But what is it, do you think? I mean, it's over expectation?
I think it's the pressure to try to get you, they want to lose it so fast. I think it's the quick thing,
Yes.
which we may lead into, like, not that I'm not going to bash anything, but the Ozempic thing.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about that and your thoughts.
So my thoughts are, I know they talk down the pipe, what are going to be the side effects of certain things. But I think, in my opinion, of course, if people have, again, the mindset, I want to be healthy, and you take Ozempic, for those who've had trouble their whole life trying to lose some weight.
Yes.
Yeah.
And knowing that, okay, I'm going to still do things right. I'm going to try to educate to eat better, exercise. And this is not the miracle pill or shot.
No.
And know there's an end time to say, I need to back off.
Yes.
That's, in my book, you know what? That's a good start. But those that think this is the magic serum, and what happens is, so in the quick, and again, in my thoughts, people will get inebriated to look, say, the way you do. They get down to your shape. Okay, now they're inebriated, we're looking fantastic, but they haven't been eating.
Yes.
They're muscle wasting because they're not eating any food, and they're scared to eat again. That's where the problem lies. Because now your body's self-reliant on your own tissue, your own stuff.
Yes.
And that's where the muscle degradation, bone is, that's the problem.
It is. And I'm telling you, I've seen the look of, more so ladies than gentlemen, of course, where they just start looking old. And it's muscle loss.
Yeah.
The weight loss
It's
is
muscle
there.
wasting.
It's muscle wasting. Could you see a way that people could actually do that, but still weight train and maybe offset some of that? Because that's what I always see.
Yeah.
They just become skinny. I mean, they're not muscular, and I don't think it's particularly attractive.
Yeah.
I say that because
And
I'm kind
again,
of a chunky chick.
I'm
but-
not trying to address as a doctor, but even like
No.
if you take this very mild dose of it and still incorporate good food eating, because
Yes.
I know it does really suspend your appetite. Your appetite gets really extinguished.
Yeah.
If you know that, okay, maybe don't take as much as required.
Yeah.
It's because the semaglutide process, the whole thing is it's really control your blood sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
as long as you know, okay, I'm going to try to really understand what's good food for me.
Right.
Take this to help me, because again, the long haul is exercise and to do things the right way and back off on the falsity of that being like the end all.
The end all, right.
So there has to be that kind of have a plan.
Yes.
A big plan, not this is it.
Right.
And a lot of people, that's it. And they'll get wafy thin. And that to me, it's not healthy. And once I hear a not healthy aspect of it, it drives me nuts.
I know.
Because there is a way you can do it okay, but you need to have you have to kind of phase that out at a certain point.
You do. And I really
and you really can. But again, you got to get.
It's mental
but some people just don't have the mindset.
I know.
It's sad, but some really can't.
Well, they get really happy.
Right.
Because they've been trying and working so hard for all those years and nothing really worked.
Right.
But, I worry about the side effects.
Yeah.
Something we don't know 5 years down the road. Remember the drink that people were drinking? Remember that was that liquidy thing? And everybody was drinking it, and then they all started having stomach cancer.
Yeah, they did.
Heart failure. Cindy, you're as old as I am, so you remember that one?
I do remember, and I can't think of what the name of it is. And everybody was on it.
Everybody was doing it.
They were on it.
It came out very quick, and it was readily available. Just all we're saying is, and I think what you're saying, Chris, and I agree with you 100%. You're the professional. I am not. But is that...
Yeah, but you understand. You understand. It has to be...
I understand.
Yeah.
I do understand. And I have seen it where you just lose all of your muscle tone, and then you're going to have to come back from that. Now you're thin. Now you got to go back and build your muscle, and you need to eat to build muscle. Yeah. And so, then my next question was the challenges, because people face challenges to improve their health, right? And it's really everything. It's you've got work, you've got exercise, you've got eating, you've got all of these things. That balance is very difficult, and I think this New Year's thing would be better served if we could kind of sort of make sure we put a little bit in each one of those buckets, right? And not overly do it, just put all of my stuff in, I got to work out, right?
But that's it, yeah.
Right.
And they try to attack, like you said, all those features you talked about. It's like, let's start number one. Okay, moving more is going to be the first proponent to burning stuff.
Yes.
Start with that.
Okay.
And then it's okay, let me, my work schedule, let me now work on my food. And some people, if they smoke, if they do, so one thing at a time. Yes. But the first thing is movement.
Yes.
The movement part is the accelerator.
Yes.
And everything beyond that becomes like the plus. So.
And that's healthy lifestyle, right? I mean, now, I know that you do offer your clients more than just fitness, because you have some other things at the gym. You're always, available and will work with people on a dietary program.
Which we talked about is huge.
Tell me about that. Tell us. Because, there's also the part gym, sleep, hydration, and stress management.
Yeah.
These are huge. These are all the things. But tell us a little bit about more if people want to talk about, nutrition. And that.
A lot of that is covered. It's almost, I would say, an interview process, but it's just a meeting process. So when a new person comes in, I like to educate them, first, okay, how can I help you? And hopefully they say, look, I want to be healthy. They say the right things, and that's the conversation. But then it's okay, because some come in with some good knowledge. Yeah. So it's more of like, it's like anything. It's like going for a golf lesson. You try to take what you already have and mold that to something better. Yeah. So when I just say, look, we have everything to offer, of course, the obvious is all the weights and all the stuff and bands and all that kind of exercise stuff. Yeah. But then the eating concept, and it's something I've kind of followed for the past 30-something years or more. And there's so many things that come in there, the diet of the year club, the diet of the month. What's new?
I know.
If it's intermittent fasting, I'm like, there's so many out there. And I'm the fan of the balance part. Yes. Learning, I'm not a exclusionary dieting person. Yes. I'm more about being aware and where you sit and what's really needed. If it's protein and carbs or low carbs, but then definitely no carbs, and then there's fats, and go through that and educate and talk and see where they sit. Yeah. And say, look, if you need, and there's always different avenues. Sometimes it's mostly it's really the workout part needs to be the main focus. They may have a good dieting concept, or I hate to say diet, eating concept. Eating, yeah, for sure. And then stress. A lot of times the workout part helps the stress level. That's why they're there. 100%. Right. It can't hurt. It can't hurt. And listen, I got to stop right now. Yep. Listen, we pay for this by doing a commercial. We need I need 2 shows with Chris Gurny. I have so many more commercials. We're going to do another one next month. We're going to do 2 commercials. We'll be right back in just a minute. See you in a second.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Right now at Sunshine Furniture, it's New Year sale time. Save up to 50% on selected closeout styles of Lloyd Landers, Berlin Garden, Capri, Universal Coastal Living, Four Seasons, and lots more. Sofas, dining sets, patio groups, chaises, umbrellas, occasional chairs, bedroom sets, coffee table, lots of pieces on sale now for inside and out. We're your local Tommy Bahama and Lexington store where you can create an island paradise and make your life one long weekend. Sophisticated looks with a mix of coastal and Caribbean style, Tommy Bahama Home has everything you need for your Florida living. Also, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Visit Sunshine Furniture now for a January sale. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com. Also, don't forget to shop our outlet and sales center just across the street.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way.
Vendors, come be a part of the Downtown Country Hoedown, a big old gathering of folks with a hankering for what you're selling. We've got space for you, vendors. We've got live country music that'll have you scooting your boots on the street, plus midway games, a mechanical bull, line dancing, beer, food, contests, and prizes. All we're missing is you. Vendors, join us at the Downtown Country Hoedown, Friday, January 31st in downtown Vero Beach. Contact Evergreen Media at egreenmedia.com.
We are back in the house with Chris Gurny from Elite Physiques. It's always a great day.
Hey.
It's a beautiful new year. Okay, so first thing I want to say is if you want to talk to Christopher Gurny, you need to call, you just send him an email, ChristopherGurny@gmail.com, ChristopherGurny@gmail.com.
Perfect.
Or contact, you can find me, Lori Davis, just Google me and I will get you to the man. Chris,
Yes.
there was Cindy mentioned something when we were on the break. People think if you work out with weights, if you weight train, you're going to bulk up, and I don't want to be bulky.
Okay, look, I'm not the biggest guy. I worked out for 40 years.
Yeah.
That was my goal, to be the Hulk. I mean, I want to be as big as I possibly can.
I mean,
and I still kind of maintain the same kind of structure. I've never,
No, you're
used
right.
other supplements to get that big. Anyhow, when women tell me that, and it could be women, but mostly women, I don't get too big. I tell them, listen, I've tried my whole entire life
to get big.
to be that big with the hormones that you don't have in you as a man.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. It's
So,
amazing.
I mean, muscle at any capacity, especially for women, to fight for osteo, for the bones, you need the pressure, you need, and I always say this, I repeat this over, the one thing for longevity, or that's the fountain of youth, is lifting weights. It's the only thing that makes new stuff.
It is.
Yep.
Everything else is a takeaway. Diet, cardio, takeaway. Dieting, takeaway.
Right.
The only thing anabolic that builds new stuff is weight training.
Have to.
Fragments the bones, makes them stronger, makes new muscle tissue. That is it.
And
Case
you
in
can
point.
use light weights at home.
Yes.
You can go over to the Goodwill and buy some light weights.
Resistance, anything that's resistance.
That's it.
Okay, and you can make anything intense, a 1 pound weight or a 10 pound weight or a 100 pound weight.
Right. I mean,
Okay,
a can of
it's-
tomatoes, it's 26 ounces.
Yeah, I mean,
It's true.
and
It's really
what
true.
That's what I try to do, is make everything kind of fun. But there's so many ways. There's a million type of workouts you can do and exercises to make it intense and fun. But it has to be intense. You have to affect your body to put you into that fight or flight, to feel like you don't like me for that moment.
Exactly.
And it's okay.
No, it's
Quite
all right.
okay.
It's all right.
Yes.
Because you're going to look so much better.
And you feel better.
And
You
you
do.
feel
You do.
better. And
Yeah.
that's the stress reduction we were talking about earlier as one of the points.
Endorphins start to kick, your hormones start to pop, and that's what you want.
And that's what
You don't
want.
get that when you do little stuff, little kind of.
I think for anything for the ladies, you guys need to do some type
You
of
have to do
weight training.
weights.
The older you get, you got to do it. All right. Listen, Chris Gurny, I love
Sweetheart,
you.
thank you so much. Love
Elite
you. Love you.
Physiques.
Thank you.
Call me, Lori Davis. I'll get you to Chris Gurny. Thank you so much. It's the new year. Please go, ladies, go and lift some weights. Anything in your house, lift it up. Don't lift the couch. Anyway, thank you so much. It's good to have you here. Be safe out there. We'll be here next week. See you soon. And have a great day. See you next week.